Hey guys, it's Russell back, and on today's video we're going to be looking at and testing AutoDrive's car wash. It's a very unique name. I don't know anything about this shampoo. What I do know is I believe it's the least inexpensive shampoo that you can buy at Walmart for washing cars. It does say that it's safe for all car finishes, which would lead one to believe that it's a pH-friendly car wash. Also, it says on the dilution ratio, like all of the other value car washes that we've tested at Walmart, 1 ounce per bucket of water, or this actually says per gallon, but that usually is synonymous with these car washes. We're going to be using the MTM submachine gun style foamer to do the foam portion of the test. Then we'll be switching to our bucket and we'll see what kind of foamage we get and how it performs in a hand wash. This stuff, I don't know if you can tell on camera, is really thin. Pretty much like water. So I'm not going to have any preconceived notions. This may be the best car soap I have ever tested. I hope it does. Anyway, enough talking. It looks like it may rain again, so hopefully I'll be able to do this in one take. But enough talking from me. Let's go do this test. Alright, I've got 10 ounces of warm water and 2 ounces of our car soap, and we're going to see how this foams. Alright, initially the foam goes on very awkwardly. I don't know if you guys could tell, it was starting to get the chicken pot marks, as you've probably seen some of them do. But it does end up laying down pretty nice. It's got a very tight foam structure, and I'm getting a sensation when I touch it of an effervescence. There's absolutely no slickness to the foam itself. It seems to be quite runny. It's about 78 degrees out right now. And you can see the foam structure, it's pretty tight. There is a mixture of some of the medium cell bubbles in here. But this is what I'm going to call chicken skin. You've probably seen some of the foams, some of the car washes do this when I foam in some of the past videos. Some of them do this, some of them don't. And I think initially it's because the way that the foamer atomizes certain soaps, and I'm using the same dilution ratios on everything, it has a tendency to do that. It doesn't lay on as smooth as it could. It seems to be quite watery. But as we've done in all of our other tests, we're going to go ahead and give this about 6 minutes. We'll come back and see how much of the foam has remained on the car, and then we'll do our rinse test and see if it, number one, removes our sealant protection, and number two, if it removes any of the non-bonded contaminants. Alright, so it's been about 7 minutes, and as you can see, probably 90% of the soap is dissipated. The sun has been behind the clouds the whole time. This is dissipating very, very rapidly. In fact, on most of the car, it's completely dry. There is a little bit left on the top, but it does not hold up very well as far as time. So let's rinse this off and see if it removes the sealant protection we have on here and see if it leaves any residue. Alright, well, here's what we've got. It looks like the car solution did remove the non-bonded contaminants, and it does not appear that it harmed in any way our wax or sealant protection. Of course, it does not remove the bonded contaminants. People ask me in every video just about what I use on the car for my sealant protection, and I use the Adams liquid sealant, paint sealant. It will last about almost 2 years. It's only supposed to last 6 months, but I think part of that is because I don't use any type of car soaps that will strip it off, so it's just as smooth as glass. Alright, well, let me get our bucket set up and we will see what kind of foam this makes in a bucket wash and then test it in our hand wash. Okay, taking our auto drive car soap, just to give you a little of some of its features that I see right off the bat. It's very, very thin. It has a very unpleasant odor. I'm gonna say it's almost like a pair of dirty socks. On the plus side, if you're into aesthetics, it is very, very deep, rich blue. So we're going to go ahead and put 3 ounces in our bucket. This has got to be the worst smelling car soap I've ever used. And you don't notice it when you're foaming the car, you don't notice it when I've poured it in the bucket, but if you stick your nose up close to the soap, it does kind of smell like some dirty socks. There's absolutely no lubricity in here. I do see that quite a bit of it is still sitting on the bottom of the bucket, so I'm hoping that when we hit it with the pressure washer, it will generate at least some lubricity. Lubricity is what protects your paint, or helps to protect it by allowing the mitt or whatever wash medium you're using to glide over the surface. So let's get our pressure washer and see what kind of foam we get. Alright, that took a few more trigger pulls to get it mixed up, but it seems like it's nice and homogeneous now. It's got mostly small cell bubbles. It does have a few medium ones in there. I do feel a slight bit of lubricity in the water now. It's very minimal. I would probably say that this probably would need maybe 6 ounces of, well, maybe 6 ounces or more of the car soap in this amount of water to make it where it had a good lubricity. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take around 5 of these car mitts. These are just our car wash pads, and wash the car, and we'll see how it performs in a hand wash. I have to answer this question in every single video that I do about why I don't use the 2-bucket method, why there's not a grit guard in here. The reason I don't is because when this mitt gets dirty from washing the car, I don't care how well you rinse it in your rinse bucket. When you stick it back in here to charge it with another soap solution, some of that grit gets in the water. It's the only way you can get this clean is to put it in a laundry machine. That's it. Rinsing it out against a grit guard is not going to do it. And if you watch most videos of people doing that, they barely do it, kind of wring it out. This is designed, this has a very thick, long nap, and it's designed to hold on to the grit. And it's not going to come out it's probably 70% of it will come out with the 2-bucket method, but who wants another 30% going back on your car? So if you want to make sure that you're going to minimize scratches and swirls, just get you 4 or 5 of these, depending on how big your car is. They're not very expensive. Use 1 bucket. After this is done, discard it in the laundry machine, and this water will be pristine when you're done. It will not get any dirt back on the car. So, enough yapping. Let's see how it does in a hand wash. Alright, here are my parting thoughts on the auto drive car wash. I don't like it. The reason I don't like it is because the lubricity is just not there. It did get the car clean, but I just don't like the fact that it doesn't foam very well. And there was a few places that it missed, I guess you could say. But, you know, one of the most important things of a good car wash is the amount of lubricity, because that really helps to minimize the scratches and swirls that you can put on your car from the contaminants that you're taking off. Plus, it does help to encapsulate the dirt. And this just, I think you would have to use about 6 ounces in a gallon, and that's just not worth it. I've said this over and over that a lot of these value price point car washes are not really as cheap as some of the higher end good washes, because you have to use so much product. So I'm going to say this almost makes it to the low end of the middle of the road. I'm not going to use this again to wash a car, other than maybe washing a lawnmower or my motorcycle. I'm not impressed with it. It does nothing really well. It doesn't foam well. It doesn't wash well. So I'm going to say this is about where it should be for its price point. It's the lowest price point wash I saw at Walmart, and it about acts like it. So I'm going to go to Walmart one more time later today and see if there is any car soaps that I have overlooked or missed. I know that a lot of people have put, you know, try this or that, and I will try those, but I'm trying to finish out the Walmart series with only stuff that was available at Walmart. So there will either be one more video after this, maybe 2 if I can find more soaps at Walmart, or there will be a wrap-up video, and I'll let you know what my favorite soap is from the Walmart Clean series. So this is Russell, and I will see you guys on the next video.